Booyah, what's up everyone, GeekVioletX3 here, and welcome back to another tier list ranking video. And today we're going to be ranking all 9 Transformers movies that we have so far. And yes, that is including the 86 animated movie, the Bayverse movies, Bumblebee, Rise of the Beast, and of course the latest entry, Transformers 1, which of course is a fantastic movie. So if you haven't seen it, then do me a favor and go watch it right now. But yeah, let's take a look at the tier list rankings that we have for this. We have Legend. This of course is the greatest of all time, and great being like, yes, it's a really good fucking movie. I'll watch this definitely. I'll definitely watch this more than once. And good being that, yeah, there may be some things that I don't really like about the movie so much, but it's still enjoyable nonetheless. Not good being that if I watch it once, then that's probably it. I'm probably not gonna watch it anymore after that, and probably just leave it there. Not for me being something that I'll watch it once and be like, I guess there are some things in this that were interesting. Like, I guess the visuals were okay and stuff like that. And then last but not least, what are we doing? And of course that being like the worst ranking. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump right into it. First off, we have Transformers, the movie, of course the 1986 one. This one, without a doubt, goes into the legend category, just because of how iconic it is, and how many iconic lines there are to begin with in the movie, and so many iconic songs, and overall beautifully animated. It's such an iconic movie. And it definitely deserves, without a shadow of a doubt, the legend spot. And then next up we have the 2007 Michael Bay Transformers movie. Now, of course, this one goes into the great category because if it wasn't for this movie, then Transformers definitely wouldn't have that much of a spotlight as it does nowadays. I know that's a pretty. I know a lot of people have said that by now, but it is true. Like, this movie definitely brought Transformers back into the spotlight, and definitely brought a lot of eyes onto it, and it definitely brought it out of like that dark shadow. And it's because and even though, yeah, there are flaws in these Bayverse movies, this movie, without a doubt, is so underrated. Like, the soundtrack, especially in it, Peter Cullen returning to voice Optimus Prime, Arrival to Earth, the Autobots theme, the Decepticons theme, and all that. The soundtrack being composed by Steve Jablonsky is so fucking amazing that I definitely like. It's definitely up there on my top 10 of best soundtracks of all time. It's so fucking good. And then next up we have Transformers: Revenge of the Fallen. And this was a movie that, like, after watching it recently, because I did a marathon watch along with my partner. And this was a movie that I don't really like it that much. Like, it's I mean, don't get me wrong, the action scenes in these movies are fucking amazing, but like, I don't know, like, I didn't really care that much for the stuff that was going on in this movie. I think the Fallen was also definitely like a meh villain to me, and the thing is with these Bayverse movies is that the one thing I don't like is that how much we tend to focus on the human characters, and I feel like here we definitely did focus a lot on the humans. But yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and put it in D. It's not for me. It's not a movie that I would definitely go and rewatch again. And next up we have Dark of the Moon, and now this one's a movie that also goes, that I feel like also goes in what I would put it into the great category, but I don't know, like. This one's, I don't know really, like, it's a good movie, don't get me wrong, it's also a really good movie, and the action scenes in this were fucking dope. I think I'm just gonna go ahead and put this in grade because I remember a lot of the action scenes from it, and it was so fucking amazing. Like, even like the soundtrack in that especially as well was so damn good. Especially the part where Optimus flies in and just absolutely tears shit up, and fucking delivers that knockout punch to Shockwave, and yeah, I don't know, the action in this was definitely good, and even like the aftermath scene of Chicago getting absolutely annihilated by the Decepticons was so fucking, it was some heavy shit. Like, this is a good movie. And next up we have Age of Extinction. Now this is a movie that a lot of people are divisive about. There are some people who like it, and there are some people who absolutely despise it. And I know that some people don't like it because we had a completely new main protagonist, that being Kate Yeager, and us being introduced to like his daughter, and then the fucking Irish dude. But whatever. And you know what? I still think this is a good movie. Like. And part of it why I really like this movie is because I got to see my boy in it, my boy Grimlock, and his design in that movie is also really fucking good. Like, it's really, really good. Like don't get me wrong, like, the Fall of Cybertron look of Grimlock is by far my top #1 favorite, but I have a lot of love for the Bayverse design of Grimlock as well. Not much, I don't really care that much for like the robot mode of him. But his alt mode is what I'm definitely down for. I love it, and the story is like, I mean, it's fine, it's okay. I thought the story was just okay. That's all I can really say about it. And the night look for Optimus, I kind of like it, but then sometimes I'm kind of like, whatever about it, because I feel like I definitely am one of those people who liked the trilogy look that he had a whole lot more. Don't get me wrong, I still think the night look looks pretty fucking cool. But if I had to choose between the two, I would definitely go with the one that we had in the first 3 movies. And then, oh boy, Transformers: The Last Night. What are we doing indeed? This fucking movie was so, Jesus fucking Christ. I mean, what can I say that hasn't been said about this movie already? There are so many things about this that I hate. The fucking pacing of it, I hate and you know what? Forget what I said about Revenge of the Fallen. This is definitely one where we don't even see that lot of like, a lot of like Transformers and shit like that. I feel like this is the one where we see a whole lot more humans. Like, Jesus fucking Christ. Like holy hell. Like even Optimus being gone for like fucking 2 hours of the fucking movie and then appearing like near the end, and Grimlock only having like a 1 minute of screen time in this fucking movie. If you don't believe me, go look that up. Go look up Transformers: The Last Night, Grimlock scenes. It's literally just 1 minute long. And even the person who uploaded it wrote in the description, "Yep, that's it. Insert long sigh," and that's definitely how I felt. Like how dare they treat my boy like this? Yeah, I could go on a rant about this movie and just like, it's so fucking bad. Like, it's like, if there are some people who like it, then yeah, go ahead, like it. You can like it, whatever. Another thing about these Bayverse movies that I'm not really too big on about is that they retcon the story every fucking time about the existence of Transformers, and this one being about about King Arthur. That's where I was like, okay, well, okay, I'm out. I'm out of here. Like, what the fuck are we? I don't know. Like, I hate it. I love that we got to have Frank. I love that we had Frank Welker in this as well. I mean, he was in Age of Extinction. He voiced Galvatron, but here he just voiced the Megatron, and we didn't have an explanation as to why Galvatron was now Megatron. But like, and even the aspect ratio constantly changing back and forth, and I don't know, like the editing as well in this movie. It's just like, it's so fucking bizarre and bad. I even did a drinking game about this movie with my partner, and let's just say it really didn't go that well. It was only 25 minutes or 20 minutes, and we were already wasted off of our fucking tits. And I don't know. Take a shot every time I say I don't know. But yeah, this was a fucking pain to watch. I thought that at least by me, also by the way, drink responsibly. But like, I really thought that me drinking would have helped me a little bit to sit through this movie. But it still felt like an eternity for this movie to fucking end. Again, if you like it, then good on you, but I hate it. I fucking despise this movie with every fiber of my being. How many times have I ranted about this to people? A lot. That's because this movie just fucking sucks. Like, holy shit. Alright, and next up we have Bumblebee. This is where we basically rebooted everything. And we got that beautiful Cybertron opening in the beginning, and I sat there and thought to myself, man, this is so fucking amazing. I also want to see a movie just like this. But the movie itself, it's great. It's really great. Like, we got to see Bumblebee in his Beetle alt mode, and I really like Charlie as the main protagonist in this, and seeing the bond that she created with Bumblebee. And overall, I liked it. It was a movie that had a lot of heart and emotion in it. Something that a lot of the Bayverse movies didn't really have. But that doesn't mean that they were bad. But this movie definitely had a lot more emotion in it, and that's why I like it a lot. And the Decepticons in this that we had, that being Shatter and Dropkick, so fucking dope. Shatter can step on me anytime, and I will not complain. Like, and her being voiced by Angela Bassett as well, just chef kiss. And Dropkick as well. I really like Dropkick in the movie as well. But yeah, this movie was really good. And we also had a teaser at the end of the movie that would set us up for Bumblebee too. But we're gonna get into that in a sec. Oh, and also seeing RC in the beginning of the Cybertron scene as well. I loved it. I wish I could have seen more of her as well, but it's okay. The movie was still great. And we also had John Cena in it. Next up, we have Transformers: The Rise of... I almost said The Rise of the Beast. Well, Transformers: Rise of the Beast. At the beginning, I really did like this movie a lot, but the more I ended up watching it, the more I was kind of like, I don't know, like... It's not really that good, because part of it was really that, like, we had a lot of characters in there that didn't really have time to flourish, and we didn't really have a lot of time to focus on these specific characters, because most of the screen time was given to Optimus, Bee, and Mirage. Mirage, of course, being the comedic relief character, and Optimus, of course, being the one who gives exposition and all that, and Bumblebee just saying, like, and Bumblebee, of course, speaking through the radio, that we did see at the end of in Bumblebee, of course, but like, part of the reason why I also really don't like this movie a whole lot more anymore is because I feel like the Beast also being included in this definitely limited this movie a lot, because originally they were looking for a director to take on Bumblebee too, but they went to Stephen Cable Jr., the director of this, and he said that he didn't really want to do that he wanted to do a Beast Wars movie. And I feel like they should have done the Beast Wars movie, because then that would have given us a lot of time to really connect with the characters, like Air Razor, like Optimus Primal, Cheetor, Rhinox, and possibly like a whole lot of other characters as well, and yeah, we just didn't really have a lot of time to really like spend time with these characters, and also RC and Pablo being characters that were also kind of like left in the background. They didn't really even do a whole lot. They did do something, but not that much, which is disappointing. and the Terracons also being in this movie. I really like Nightbird. Seeing Nightbird in this movie, it was really fucking dope. I was excited for her, and she ended up being my favorite character. But of course, because she was my favorite character, of course she was one of the fucking characters that died in the same movie. So I don't think we're gonna get her in any other movie. Possibly, I still am holding hope that we do get to see her in some capacity again. But it's just, I don't know. Like, I really hated how she went out, and we didn't really even get to see any kind of like final fight with like I would have wanted to see her and RC go one-on-one. That would have been fucking cool to see. I also wanted to see Battletrap doing a lot as well, like him also fighting one of the Autobots, but we didn't really get to see that either, because pretty much like Primal and Optimus just fucking went completely apeshit on him, literally apeshit, and yeah, like this. And we also had Unicron in the movie, which also was a big question mark as like, why are we already having this big main final boss type of character in the movie? Because let me just also point out, we never got a mention of any of the Decepticons or Megatron, which was so fucking baffling to me even while watching the movie. And we did get a mention of the Decepticons, but in a different kind of opening scene, which I feel like could have been better. I feel like not could have been better. I feel like that opening was way better than what we initially got, because that at least would have given us some kind of like explanation, given like some sort of like mention of the cons, because we did also get to see a Decepticon in that opening scene that deleted opening scene, Transit, and of course that was left out of the movie because test audiences who saw it said that it was too brutal. Just like, I mean, we have the Bayverse movies. I've seen a lot more brutal deaths than that. This one wasn't even close to that. We didn't even see Optimus shoot Transit, so I don't know what the problem with that was. But either way, like, this movie could have been so much better. We could have had like a separate Beast Wars movie and a separate sequel to Bumblebee 2. Sorry, a separate sequel to Bumblebee, but we never got that, and this movie ended up feeling very, very overfilled. Yeah, it could have been better, but it's just not as good anymore as I thought it was. Last but not least, we're gonna go ahead and jump right into Transformers 1, and that one with hands down goes into the legend category. This movie was so fucking fantastic. Like, it showed emotions with the characters. We got to see the story of Orion and D16 and see how that's gonna turn out, and seeing Alita 1 in this movie as well on the big screen, I just fucking loved it. Alita 1 is definitely one of my favorite characters as well, next to RC and Nightbird, and this movie being set on Cybertron only, it was such a fucking treat. This movie was so goddamn good, and Brian Tyler from Transformers Prime composing the soundtrack as well. It was so fucking good. This movie was fantastic. Like, and I went to go see it with my partner as well, who isn't really that big on Transformers, but she even said that this movie is definitely like one of her favorite movies of all time now, and even loved it as a Transformers movie. And if you haven't seen this movie yet, I really highly suggest that you go see it. It is definitely worth it. It's so fucking good, and I hope that we do get a sequel for this. I mean we definitely are, because of the. Well, I'm not gonna spoil anything. This is not a spoiler video, but like, go watch it. It's really fucking good. Like, it's definitely worth your time. And yeah, that's about it. That is my tier list ranking for all of the Transformers movies. I did want to go into these movies a little bit more deeper in depth, but I mean, I did kind of go into it, but I really wanted to talk about them a whole lot more, especially Transformers 1 and Rise of the Beasts. But I feel like I could make those be like a separate video. I mean, not really like Rise of the Beasts, but I can definitely make like Transformers 1, or I am planning on making Transformers 1 a separate spoiler video or review. So stay tuned for that. And The next tier list that I'll be making is going to be Transformers TV themes. So stay tuned for that as well. Can't wait to hear what kind of shit people are gonna give me for that. And as always, I shall see you all, my lovely crackheads, in the next video. Love y'all. Peace.